Hi guys, welcome to my channel. Today I'm going to be showing you a step-by-step tutorial on how to do this awesome hack to the $5 IKEA Marius Stool. Here's an overview of all the items you will need to complete the project. The first thing you're going to want to do is spray paint your legs if you so choose. I chose to use a primer on mine just to make the paint a little more durable, since this is going to be something I use frequently. I'm using it for my makeup vanity. So I primed it first before I spray painted it with the gold. So after you've spray painted your legs and they are drying, the first thing you're going to want to do is take the seat part of your stool and put it on the foam and use your Exacto knife to trace the outline of the stool top, just making the indentation with the Exacto. After you get all the way around the entire thing, making that just light indentation, you're gonna just want to use it and saw away through the entire foam to cut all the way through to the bottom. After you get all the way through the foam, it will be slightly messy, as you can see here. I just took my scissors to trim off the little dangling pieces just to clean up the edges a little bit. If it's not perfect, it's not a big deal. Obviously, it's going to be covered. So you're going to want to take your foam board, and I measured it to be about 8 inches by 8 inches is a good size. You're going to want to cut it to be so that it just covers the little screw nodes on the bottom of the stool. After you cut that out with an Exacto knife to about that size, if you just lay it on top, making sure all those little nodes are covered by the foam, you can just press it right down and the nodes will cut right through the foam board. After you have your foam board cut, you're going to layer the stool with the foam and the foam board, as I have done here. And you're going to lay out your fabric and just do a general cut, giving you enough room to make the staples and pull the fabric taut around the bottom of the stool top. So as you can see, I have plenty of excess fabric. I did this on purpose because I'd rather have more fabric than not enough fabric to work with. If you're more familiar with projects like this, you can probably get away with less fabric. So after you have your fabric cut to the general size, you're just going to start pulling it taut around the bottom, squishing in the poly foam and making staples onto the foam core. I started with the 4 corners of the fabric square that I cut, and just pulling those taut and then going back through and cinching in the rest until it got to a point that I thought looked pretty. The staples and the foam core are very forgiving, so if you need to rearrange something, you can just pull it out and, re-staple. after you have the most of your fabric stapled down, you're going to want to go through with your fabric scissors and just cut off the excess overhang. After you cut off the excess fabric, just go through making any more staples necessary to make sure everything is taut and clean and looking nice. After that's done, you're going to take your fabric scissors and just snip little holes into the fabric where the screw nodes are so that they poke through the fabric, so you are able to easily put the screws back through them. After your legs are dry, if you choose to paint them, I would wait 24 hours before you assemble the entire thing. You go ahead and, place the legs onto the stool top. The original stool, as you buy it from IKEA, comes with those little black screw covers. I suggest not using them because it doesn't give enough space for the screws to screw back in. I think they're just aesthetically there. They don't really serve a purpose, so just screw the screws right back into the legs and screw them in tight, and they will hold. They will go in all the way. And that will complete your project.